Despite raping his girlfriend's 3-year-old daughter and being sentenced to death, an Ohio pervert thought he would live out a long life in prison as he continued to appeal the court decision for years. Unfortunately for him, things just took a nasty turn for him. He just got slapped with the perfect dose of justice that he rightfully deserved while behind bars. As Mad World News previously reported, this horrific story started when Ronald Phillips started dating Faye Amanda Evans, who has since died of cancer in prison. As it turns out, Phillips' girlfriend had a 3-year-old daughter named Sheila Evans, who he would eventually develop a disturbing eye for. Sadly, the twisted pervert would rape the toddler to death on January 18, 1993, resulting in his arrest. As one would imagine, the crime was so heinous and disturbing that the judge gladly sentenced the pedophile to death, but it would be quite some time before it would take place. Given the tolerant standards the left has imposed on society, the disgusting excuse for a human being was allowed to appeal his rulings and had continued to do so for nearly 2.5 decades. In fact, Phillips apparently thought he would end up living a long and healthy life behind bars, despite getting the death sentence. However, he just learned that he couldn't have been more wrong as fate just slapped him in the face, hard. According to Fox 59, Phillips, now 43, was scheduled to die on Wednesday at the Southern Ohio Correctional Facility in Lucasville. In short, the monster got the justice he had coming for the past quarter century as he was executed and pronounced dead at 10:43 a.m., CBS News reports. Of course, the entitled punk had tried to delay being stuck with a needle by appealing the sentence, but it seems that his luck ran out. Without a second thought, the U.S. Supreme Court denied his request for a stay to continue legal appeals on Tuesday. Ohio hadn't put a man to death for the past 3 years, with the last execution taking place back in 2014, but that all changed when they laid Phillips on that table. Now, the world and Sheila's family can rest easy knowing that they don't have to share the planet with this abomination anymore. When it comes down to it, a jury rightfully found this man guilty of perhaps the world's most vile crime and sentenced him to death. It shouldn't have taken 26 years to do it, as this man got to waste taxpayer dollars on the housing, i.e. jail, food, and legal defense fees to fight the punishment he deserved. The fact that this man got to live another 24 years beyond his victim is gut-wrenching, considering what he had done. In the end, you render your life irrelevant the second you take it upon yourself to strip someone else of theirs. However, the fact that this pervert did it to a child while trying to appease his unspeakable sexual desires makes this so much worse. It is times like these where people should be put to death in the same fashion that they killed their victim, without being given the opportunity to drain valuable tax dollars to keep them behind bars. That would be better justice, but luckily, Phillips' eternal punishment is just beginning. Please share the story and tell us what you think by clicking one of the buttons below. We want to hear your voice.